This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
G'day.
On the show today, why mistaken identity can lead to fondling.
Yep.
Fondling seems to be, a bit of a key.
We
that one.
discuss how much money we make per hour compared to Beyonce Knowles.
Oh, my God, Nathan, that was
Unbelievable.
I don't think
revelation.
you need to say her last name. I think it's implied.
There are Beyoncés out there.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think anyone else is making that sort of money.
We talk about the weekend's heat and bad ideas on a hot day, thanks to our good friend Nathan.
Poor old Jeremy Renner, he has broken more than 30 bones. We talk to other people that have busted a few.
Nathan, Nat and Sean.
On Nova 937.
It's 3:06. Nathan, Nat and Sean, happy Monday, friends. It's the first time you've worked on a Monday, Sean. How's it going?
Oh, I don't like it, actually,
No.
straight away. I mean, this has got knobs on it. Who wants to do this kind of stuff?
It's outrageous.
I need to be a stay-at-home mum. Got to swipe at my wife.
Why? Because it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
And what you're doing right now.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, God, Nat.
Remember
Bed, that's not too difficult at this time in the morning, is it?
We've spoken about it a fair bit, but this guy who used to be the program director here, when his wife first gave birth and the baby was at home crying and she really needed his help, he didn't want to be at home with that noise, so he'd come into work early.
Yep. He also hilariously wrote a very strict schedule for the newborn baby.
Yeah.
And the newborn baby was refusing to stick to the schedule.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I know,
So he
it's weird,
reported
isn't
the
it?
baby to HR. Anyway, the baby got fired.
The dad doesn't work for us anymore either.
Neither does the baby.
It spins me out to think how old that baby is now.
How old's that baby now?
Yeah.
That baby would be 18.
18?
18. That baby would be 18. We are disgusting.
You've seen a lot of babies like this.
Do you know what?
Yes.
Everyone, keep your children to yourself.
And stop letting them grow. Can you bonsai them for us?
I don't
so we
want
don't
to-
feel
that's a good
old?
idea.
Have every now and I don't want to hear. I don't want to meet your children because then later on I'm at the pub and they come and go, oh, here's a photo of me when I was 8 with you. And it's like,
That's when
I
you
know
sweep
you're not
the
allowed
leg.
to glass people, but
You're pushing
me.
to the edge.
You're pushing me.
A little later this morning, we'll be playing a game called Get Schooled. Your opportunity to win cash, and you love cash.
Oh, one more week before school goes back too. You'll need this money to help you out.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
Book lists.
Yeah, and we know you want to live free for 23.
Of course.
Yes, $1,000 a week for an entire year in your back pocket.
Or your front pocket. We don't care which pocket you put it.
Yep. Declare it to your partner. Don't declare it to your partner. It's
Your choice.
Whatif.com helps Aussies make the most out of every trip.
You can book a hotel, flight, surfboard and snorkel, all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump on the What If app and get started.
What if it's Aussie for travel? A lot of people are getting up today to go to work to get money.
Yeah.
True.
And you are making X amount per hour.
Yeah.
You know, and then that adds up, goes with your pay, you get taxed. That's how life works.
Oh,
Thanks for
Nathan,
explaining that.
all right.
All right, let's get
Enough
some music
said.
on.
Nathan,
Is this part of
explains
Get
things.
School?
Is
this part of Get School?
No, it's a new segment called Nathan States the Obvious.
Well, I'll tell you what, you nailed it.
Yeah, that's right.
Beyonce, she has not performed live for 4 years.
Yeah, right.
Wow, 4 years. That's bizarre. I wouldn't
Isn't
have
that
imagined
amazing?
that.
I mean, COVID put a hole in it, I imagine.
Yeah, I know, but it's Beyonce. You expect her to be doing massive world tours
Yeah.
and concerts
Yep.
everywhere.
Yeah, Coachella and that kind of thing.
So Beyonce's 41 years old right now, still looks as young as the day.
Oh, yeah, she's amazing.
that she was in Destiny's
Imagine her
Child.
skincare.
She her first performance is headlining a show at the new Atlantis, the Royal Resort in Dubai.
Yes, a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
have rolled over there on the weekend. I saw Nat
Yeah.
Bass on her socials that she was there.
Yeah, Rebel
And
Wilson
the
went.
Ribka twins.
And the Ribka twins from Perth were invited.
We had them in
Well,
there
they're
100 times
They're
over.
pretty big stars in the scheme of things.
That's amazing.
I know.
Anyway.
So she did a 1 hour set.
I mean, that's a long set,
She
actually.
was generous, though. She
Yeah.
was generous with the time. She gave them 73 minutes.
Oh, very nice.
73
so
minutes.
overtime.
She gave them 73
So
minutes.
what are you thinking? 73 minutes. It's 10 songs.
Yep.
Or one really long
Yeah.
version of Single Ladies.
I know.
She was paid for her 1 hour set, which she gave 73
Yes.
minutes. Very generous of her.
Yes, yes.
35.5 million Australian dollars.
That's outstanding. That's a golden halo.
Are you kidding me?
That is
Well,
outstanding. And
No
if
one
you
else can beat Beyonce. She's the only one.
35.5 million Australian dollars.
That is so good because she needs it.
Yeah, it's oil money. They've got stacks of it. It's amazing.
I'd like to
isn't it?
know because you've heard stuff like this over the journey when places in Dubai that have opened big joints, and they've just called, like Kylie Minogue and not the biggest names in the world, but they're getting paid.
Guy Sebastian.
Yeah,
Guy Sebastian. I'd love to know that list and how many.
She so she got put up in the hotel, of course, and her room was $143,000 a night as well. So that was just chucked in.
Oh, so they didn't charge her for that?
No, they didn't charge her for that one. They did have to take a bond. So
Yeah, we're going to need your credit card and take out $100 off.
Yeah, we're going to take $300 out, and then if the room's okay and we check the minibar afterwards, you get the $300 back. I just want to ask, right, can you take anything off the table, right? Mm-hmm. Right? So I could throw anything at you that you would endure for an hour for $35.5 million.
100%.
Like anything going in you, any part
I'll do it all.
Anything in you, on you in something.
30. How much is it?
$35.5 million.
I can win my respect back with that.
And even if you don't, just go buy an island. and sit on it.
You wouldn't mind a combination of something in you in something, and then something on you?
All of it.
And
all
you
of
want
it.
something?
Yeah.
Live on stage?
Why not? Why not? Because
Okay.
everybody knows you got the coin afterwards. It's a good talking point when you're at a function later on.
If there
Maybe
are
say,
any,
why are you walking funny? Well, funny story.
if there are any Emirati sheikhs listening, Sean's available, everybody.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Australia's a very unique place, so sometimes the only way we get an education about something we don't know too much about is through The Simpsons.
Oh, Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name again is Mr. Plow.
Now, Mr. Plow would plough snow
Yes, you would.
with a
Snowplow.
snowplow. Jeremy Renner
Yes,
had
it's a foreign
snowplow.
world to us. It's not
Yep.
something that we even can contemplate.
14,000-pound snowplow, so they're pretty heavy. And you would have seen the fact that poor bugger is in hospital because that snowplow went over him. He has now got more than 30 broken bones. 30. And we know that there's a lot of bones in some areas, but I think these are some of the big ones.
Yeah, I think it ran him over 6.5 ton.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he did have a lot of...
That's bigger than a normal harvester. Heavier.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
He had a lot of blood loss as well.
Oh, yeah.
He nearly died. Like, it's amazing that he's still...
And there's a long recovery coming back.
So all over his chest and stuff.
Yeah,
All
so
over his chest, his
presumably
leg.
a lot of ribs.
His leg had to be tourniqueted, so something happened there.
Yeah, so
right?
his femoral artery was damaged, apparently.
That's nasty.
can kill
His
you.
head just looks like it's been beaten to a pulp. Like he got, and usually it's a good thing, but he got ploughed.
That's not good.
That's nasty, man.
Imagine getting ploughed so hard your 30 bones break.
That's a fair effort.
Oh, Mr. Plow, that's my name. That name
You'd be pretty
again
proud of yourself if you were the person dishing it out. Have a go on this guy.
If you're the person that receiving it, I better drink some milk before the next round. I'm wondering how many bones somebody has broken at once, because if you break your leg or you break your finger or one bone, you go and then you have to circumnavigate that injury, which usually you can hobble around.
Like I broke 3 when I broke my arm. Remember, I broke my arm, and then I found out later that I'd broken 2 bones in my hand as well.
Yeah.
That was enough. I don't want to break any more than
Is
that.
it your feet or your... I'm trying to think. Your face, you can break a heap in your face.
Yeah,
can't you?
there's 27 in your feet
Yes.
as well.
Oh,
but
20.
yes,
Okay,
there's plenty in your face.
There's bones
as
in
well.
your ears. There's bones everywhere.
yeah, that's
but
right.
if you've broken your wrist, your leg,
several ribs.
several ribs, and then you have to just live and go about your business. That'd be bad.
Well, ribs suck, Sean. You would have broken ribs, yeah?
Yeah, they're not
Because you
fun
can't
at all.
breathe.
You can't breathe.
rest them. You can't just put them up. You've got to keep breathing.
You know what the worst one about that is? Sneezing with ribs.
Yeah.
It is the most
Coughing
painful
and
thing. I was
sneezing.
in Bali. I cracked a rib and...
playing football?
No, surfing then. And anyway, we're at this restaurant and I sneezed and screamed like the biggest... I was going to say girl. But that, I screamed. It was so funny. Everyone came running to me to see what was going on. It was
I've
embarrassing.
never broken a bone.
That's amazing, considering how brittle
lady
you
driver.
actually are.
Yeah.
Low case on this bad boy.
What's going to fall on you when you're on the couch? Unless the roof collapses.
Like,
It's
if
not
that
going to
TV
happen.
ever falls over, you're in trouble.
We want to know how many bones you have broken in one sitting. right?
In one sitting.
Yeah. So how broken you've been at one time? Give us a call, 13 24 10, and someone is going to see something amazing that we got an eyeful of on Friday.
Yes, we did.
They're going to get tickets for them and three mates to see Briefs, Dirty Laundry at Fringe World. Check out my Instagram and you can see what you'll be in for. Fringe World superstars Briefs are back with their new hit show, Dirty Laundry. Don't be jealous. Head to fringeworld.com.au to grab your tickets now.
Awesome.
Very entertaining show. All right, 13 24 10. It's a pretty simple question. How many bones did you break in one go?
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Jeremy Renner, the Hollywood actor, had an incident with his snowplow, as we know. It's been in the news for a little while. Just come out, he's admitted that over 30 bones were broken. And we're like, that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
One at once. One being broken is
it's sore.
That's hard
bad.
enough. Yeah.
Let alone that many. Michael's in South Guildford. Hey, Michael.
Good morning, how are you?
Oh, we're
Good,
great.
Michael.
So-
did you get busted up?
Oh, yeah? Well, it's like this. I was unloading steel. I won't say the location.
Oh, good.
And as you were unloading the steel, and I was up on the back of the trailer,
Yeah.
the forklift driver turned, and when he turned with the steel, he hit me, which then I fell to the floor of the trailer, landed on a lump of timber, broke 8 ribs on the right, hand side, fell off the trailer to the ground, landed on my hard hat, and broke 7 ribs on the left side.
Oh, Jesus.
So you
Michael.
15. You broke 15 ribs.
15 ribs broken.
So there's no
15 ribs,
laughing,
mate.
sneezing or coughing for you.
Oh. And Sean, you was talking about sneezing and the pain.
Yeah.
Mate, you sneezed with 15 broken ribs.
Oh, no, I can't. Michael, I had a nerve blocker for 9 weeks in a row playing footy because I cracked a couple of ribs.
Yes.
Let alone, how many is that in total?
15.
So
I couldn't even imagine it.
Both
What's the reality? Because, you know, we hear that laughing hurts and stuff like that. Did you just, like, watch documentaries and things that, like, and try
No, but there's a better twist to it.
Yeah.
When I went to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
In the emergency section, they said there's nothing wrong with me.
Oh.
It's only severe bruising.
Yes.
A week later, I was in that much pain. I was crying in bed, and I said to the wife, I can't get up. I can't move. She took me to the doctors, rushed me straight into hospital, and that's when they discovered, when they x-rayed me, I had 15 broken ribs.
What can you do with that, Michael?
Not much. You just wait it out.
Oh,
You're not exactly in plaster around the
pain
chest, are you?
relief. Yeah.
No. They strapped me up. You don't get
Yeah.
plastered. They strapped me up.
Yeah.
And it was like, I've never felt anything like it because the bandage was that tight. Just trying to lay down,
And breathe.
function as a human, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
walk,
And he doesn't have a good
get
side.
up out of a
God.
seat,
No,
there's
go
not
to
a
the
good
toilet.
Yeah.
It was just so painful. It was unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
But,
And, you know-
anyway, that's my little story.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Well,
that was a
tell you what,
really
that was a good one, Mike.
Really good little story. And he made to make sure he didn't laugh during that period,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
listening to us was fine.
Yes, that's right. No danger.
That's safe from 6 till 9.
Thanks, Michael. Chris, hello.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Good,
Oh, Chris. What happened to you? How many bones?
I think it was about 7. When I was 14, I got cleaned up by a car in North Freo, crossing the road.
Oh.
And we were in North Freo, and I don't know if you guys remember, it's going back about 30 years ago, but used to be Ed's Deli down there. I think it's now the Truffle House or something.
Oh, we're only
yeah.
like 32 years old, so we wouldn't have retained that
Yeah,
memory.
the Truffle House. No, it's next to the bottle shop.
Black
Next to
Truffle
the
is what
bottle
you're
shop.
talking about. Yes, it's on
yeah.
Sterling Highway, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had an argument with my nan who was dropping me and my cousin off earlier on that day. I said, can you drop us off at the train station because I don't want to cross the highway?
Yes.
No, you'll be right. So, all right, jump the highway. 10 minutes later, she gets a phone call from my cousin that Chris has been ran over. And fortunately, there was a fire engine that came down the highway literally just after it happened, and he blocked the highway. And what happened was there was one car at the traffic lights, and the lights were red. And, you know, as you go to cross the dual traffic carriageway, and then the green light turns green for the car, and he starts to move.
Oh.
And so your natural reaction is just to hop forward.
Yes.
And the car was slowing down for the red light, then it's turned green, then taken off again. So as I hop forward, I've hopped straight into its path with a surfboard under my arm.
Oh.
And the car's hit my surfboards, snapped my arm like a twig.
Oh.
The back of the board shot me under the car, and not right under the car, but it ran across both feet, broke my left leg and broke my right ankle.
How many bones in the end?
Tib, fib, both. My left arm in the middle was 90 degrees, facing straight up.
Oh, good for breakdancing.
It was. Well, I'm 45 years old now, so I think it was about 6.
Yeah.
There was 3 in my
But they were
right.
big ones too, yeah.
Yeah, I was in a wheelchair. It was right at the start of the Christmas holidays too.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, I was ill, and by the time I got back to school, I was still in a wheelchair, but I had half casts on both arms, and I had half casts on both legs, so I could still sort of scoop myself around.
Yeah. But I imagine that was probably a bum wiping issue for you there.
Oh, did someone have to wipe your leg?
There was at the start.
Who
but
wiped your
Mum was
bum?
pretty good.
Your mum wiped your bum. Oh, Chris.
When you're like that, everything goes out the window. Yeah, you don't care.
I don't know, Chris. I don't know if I could ever recover from it. I think I'd rather just, keep the bones broken. Like, let's not do this.
All right, thank you, Chris. That sounds grim, and Grandma was wrong, so that's also, something.
All right, 13, 24, 10. We are going to take more of these. We want to know how many bones you broke at one time.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
We're discussing how many bones you might have broken at one time, obviously inspired by Jeremy Renner, Hollywood actor who's busted more than 30 in a snowplow accident.
Which makes sense because he plays Hawkeye in the Avengers, and birds have hollow bones, so they would have broken very, very easily.
Oh, wow. It's a good point, Nath.
Thank you.
Guess I learned from you.
Kane's in Allenbrook. Hi, Kane.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, good, Kane. How many bones at once, Kane?
So I broke 3 in my face and 4 teeth at the same time.
Oh, face bones.
Oh, geez. Kane, how did that happen, mate?
So I was on my way to work on a motorbike, and the car in front of me basically had put the brakes on pretty quickly, and I went through the rear window of an SUV.
Oh, so you broke through it?
Yeah, so basically my head and up to my shoulders basically went into their car.
Oh, that's an awkward conversation.
It is. What do you say then when they
You go, hello,
Or you stop suddenly.
Thank God there's a box of tissues in the back here.
I'd imagine it would have been pretty shocked, to say the least, yeah.
Oh, you're not wrong, Kane. Did you get cut up really badly as well?
I bit through my lip. I've got a scar on my chin and then on my shoulder as well.
Kane, so broken face bones, what were they? Do they have names?
So, I don't know the names. Just above where your top teeth are, like the bone that runs across there, because I shattered 3 teeth at the top.
So that's
one
maxilla.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then where your jaw connects, it was about 1 centimetre of bone that kind of just went wherever it
jaw
went.
connects, yes.
Mandible.
So I had basically it wasn't connected for about a week, and then I was drinking through a syringe for 3.
Sorry, you were drinking through a syringe.
Yeah,
Because he's broken his jaw.
yeah. And then after that, his mother was chewing up her food and spitting into his mouth like a bird.
Regurgitating. Well, that's a day.
That's
So
brilliant.
yeah, when I went back to work after 3 weeks, I'd lost about 15 kilos, and one of the ladies at work said to me, "Oh, you're looking really good. What's your diet?" And so I pulled the syringe out and showed her.
There you go.
Smacked my face.
Last night I had a syringe full of roast. That was delicious.
You just opt for the gravy, wouldn't you?
Tonight I'm getting a little bit crazy. I'm going to treat myself. It's a syringe full of Zinger Burger. It's going to be delicious.
You know how much water you've got to add to scrambled eggs to actually make it liquid enough?
It's a question I hope I never have to answer, Kane. But thank you. That's amazing.
Thanks for the calls. Michael, Chris and Kane are all in the running to live free for 23. Kane, you've come over the top here. You're going to walk away with tickets for you and 3 mates to see Briefs Dirty Laundry at Fringe World.
Oh, you'll love it. It's a great show, Kane.
There you
For
go.
that.
No worries.
Nice work.
Don't break your face,
Stay
mate.
safe.
Because there's things come flying at you in that show.
Got to have your wits about you.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast. Nova's free for 23.
Thanks to Liberty. Loans for free thinkers. Get ahead in 2023 and free think your dream home, car or holiday with Liberty today. Eligibility and conditions apply.
All right, time to get some dreams started. We are talking about Nova's Free for 23. This is $1,000 in your bank account every single week of 2023.
Jacqueline's in Inaloo. Jacqueline, what would $1,000 every week do for you?
Pay for a wedding that's upcoming.
Ooh, when's the date, Jack?
Next June,
Next June.
but it's overseas, so
Where are we going? Destination wedding?
Ireland.
Oh,
Awesome.
Lovely.
big family over in Ireland, hey?
Yes, in-laws.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is it going to be cheaper to do it over there or in Australia? Have you worked
I
it out?
think it's probably roughly the same
Okay.
from what we've seen.
Then you've got to chuck in the
unfortunately.
travel expenses. Yeah.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
International weddings, though, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right.
Good on you,
Good luck,
Jacqueline.
Jack.
You're in the running.
Hi, Ree.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah,
Ree.
good. What's $1,000 going to do for you each week?
Pay some bills for my 4 kids.
It's not quite as glamorous as an Irish wedding.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
No,
Ree.
it was
Still.
exciting.
Practical.
How old?
That's it.
What's your age range there, Ree?
We've got 12, 10, 7 and 5.
Gee, you're right in it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're right in the
Yeah,
thick of things.
yeah, couple.
Although they go back to school next week, so that'll be good when they all get
can't-
off your
You
hands.
can't wait, can you, Ree?
Yeah, counting down,
I bet
counting
you
down.
are. All right, you're in the
Thanks,
running,
Ree.
Ree. Well done.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Beck. Okay, so what would you spend an extra $1,000 a week on?
Bills, but a holiday back to New Zealand.
Where are we from in New Zealand?
Family's in Auckland.
No, what I asked someone that question last week and they wouldn't answer.
No, it was
Yeah, I
too
know.
personal.
And that's
honesty.
a clear, concise answer. Auckland, I like it. No
honesty
controversy.
No, that's right. Lovely city.
For a holiday to go back home, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All
good
right,
luck.
Nice.
Good
Good luck. Okay. Wendy, hello.
Hello, how
Hi,
are you?
Wen.
Hi, Wendy.
What would you spend it on, Wendy? All this cash?
I think I would just be loving life, wouldn't you?
That's okay, isn't it? Don't you reckon?
What, you just
have
keep it in your hand, in your bag?
No, well, I've got a Europe trip planned this year, so that will just make everything so much easier.
Yeah. It's a lot of euros
Yeah.
to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend on a bit of shopping over
Yeah.
Yeah,
there.
you're not wrong.
Don't think people grasp what an extra $1,000 is.
I know.
It's like having another job.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
To make because it's
And
tax
getting the pay.
free.
Yeah. Savannah, hey.
Hey, how are you?
Great. Savannah, $1,000 a week. Savannah, what are we doing?
Paying off my crippling student loan.
Sorry, is this an American student loan? The ones we hear about?
Canadian, yeah.
Canadian.
What did we get the loan for? What did you study?
I'm doing law, so hopefully it will be worth it, but it's quite a big figure, so yeah, love to pay it off.
What are we talking? 3 figures? I mean, 6 figures?
Yeah, a little over 100.
$100,000!
Savannah,
Yeah.
that's crippling. No wonder we get
It is.
Become a
No wonder they
lawyer and
charge
sue
so
the
much.
college. That's disgusting.
That'd be worth it.
Wow.
Well, good luck with
Hey,
that.
Savannah,
Yes,
the
that's right.
amount of people that don't use their university
I
degrees
know.
is staggering. Anyway, have
You'd
a
be
great day.
motivated to if it cost you $100,000, wouldn't you? Thanks, Sav. Blanche, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey,
Blanche.
Blanche, what would you spend an extra $1,000 a week on?
Oh, well, I'm planning a Europe trip the end of this year, so it would greatly help me get that done.
Are you going to have a white Christmas?
No, I'm going in September, hopefully.
Yeah.
Whereabouts? You got any particular countries?
Italy and Greece and
Gorgeous.
all around there. Paris.
This could get you the nicer hotel room.
Yeah, that's right.
Put a bit more extra money in your pocket.
Yeah, definitely.
Not
Well,
bad.
good luck, Blanche.
I would say premium
Okay.
economy. Not
Let's not
you're
go
not going to
silly.
go crazy.
No,
but,
no,
you
no,
know,
settle down.
That extra 2 inches. Which is sometimes all you need.
Indeed.
I've been looking for it
Indeed.
for years. 6 callers, 6 women straight through.
All
That was
right,
pretty easy.
all in the running. Kate, Tim and Joel could be giving you that life-changing call very soon.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
I hold real resentment towards a little girl named Ophelia Pavlos,
Yeah, she
who
sounds
turned
awful.
3 on Saturday for no other reason than her birthday fell on Saturday, which was 38 degrees.
38, yeah, not bad.
And she loves one thing more than everything.
Little Spidey.
She loves Spider-Man, she loves Spidey and his amazing friend.
Oh, that's cool.
She loves Spider-Gwen. The other one that dresses in black, Miles someone. I don't know. Spider-Man's changed since we were younger, Sean.
Yeah, okay.
A whole more elaborate. She loves
well, I'm
Spider-Man
loving
so
this so
much.
far.
Yeah,
That's great.
so you might have seen on my Instagram, she is having a party with her sister Sierra because Sierra's birthday's not too far away, but they want to do a little fun thing, a cake cutting, for her actual birthday.
Yep.
So they got her a Spider-Man cake and those Spider-Man balloons, and they're all missing was Spider-Man. So what does Uncle Nathan do? Uncle Nathan steps up and Uncle Nathan goes Spotlight and buys a Lycra full
Adult.
covered your head, covered every part of your body, long ragged socks, Spider-Man costume, in which the lady at Spotlight questioned, are you wearing this today? Because of the
38
degrees. I have...
Very breathable fabric, was it?
Oh, my God. Firstly, I hate hot days. Secondly, I hate Lycra. And then put them both together.
Do you really hate Lycra?
I have, and you know what? And also, it just makes you really question your body as well, because what I got was there's a standard size and an extra large. And I thought, okay, I don't know how these fit. And I tried on the extra large because that one had already been open, and I looked like I was the end result of The Biggest Loser, and they made me put my first day outfit on. And then the standard, I thought, okay, well that's going to be tight, and then I put the standard on, and that was loose as well, especially around the arms. I'm like, oh.
You don't have a standard adult body, is what Spider-Man's saying. Because you would think you would need a larger size for your height.
Yes. So it was restricting for the height, but I didn't have the thing to fill it.
You didn't have the width.
I just didn't have the width to fill it. The girth, some would say. Anyway, I had spoke to Johnny and Vanessa, Ophelia's parents, and said to them, I require the air conditioner to be on 12, and I need you to put it on a turbojet engine. And they did not do either of those things.
You wanted to see frosting on the inside of the window.
Natalie, I want to see icicles.
Yeah.
They want to see
I want to see Ophelia getting a hypothermia. That's what I needed
little
to see.
blue lips. Yeah.
So I've gone in there and none of that's happened, and I have never been so hot in my life, because you're not just like dressed as Spider-Man. They want you to run around and play things and throw them in the air, and
So your face was fully covered?
My face was fully covered.
Here's your mistake, Nathan. No, you should have just paid some acting student $50 to dress up as Spider-Man.
I'm knowing that, but I wanted to do it for my girl. Wanted to do it for my girl, and then finally under the table, because Fifi was asking where Uncle Nathan was, I decided, well, I'm going to ruin the whole fantasy and I'll reveal it. And then when I got out from under the table, I stood up and people didn't think I took the mask off because my face was that red. I felt like I was going to pass out there for a second as well.
Well, I remember the last time, one of the real hot days, we were in the middle of the city, Forest Chase, and we were involved with the world's greatest shade.
That's right.
And we were all dressed up, and we were in the blaring
That's right.
seat.
So we were kind of
You were melting that day, mate.
It was full sun.
It was, and they didn't they didn't think about putting a marquee or anything over us, and they gave us these plastic gloves for hygiene because we were shaving people's heads, and every time that we would put our hands up, like a wave or whatever, just streams of sweat would run down our arms that had been collecting in the gloves like a water balloon.
Yeah, that was wrong.
So don't do that.
Don't do that
on a hot day either.
We just want to talk about bad ideas on very hot days, just like the one that we had on Saturday. Even though it's only 38, it is not. 38's hot, but
it was the hottest we've had for a long time because we've had a mild summer.
That was insane.
Yeah. Imagine what it would have been like if it was like 42, 43. Unbearable.
Not in a million years. We're going to give somebody $300 to spend at Matilda Bay Restaurant.
Lovely.
What? Matilda Bay Restaurant's Cray on the Bay. We've had the
Yummy.
fresh local crayfish, just $49 from now until end of March. I mean, we've had the crayfish. It might have changed, and we might need a refresher. Wink, wink.
What you're saying. All right, 13, 24, 10. Just bad ideas of things to do in searing heat. What do you got for us?
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
When it's very hot, there are some things that you just shouldn't do.
I've got an idea. Do not dress as Spider-Man for a little girl's birthday party.
Or anyone's birthday party.
Learned the lesson.
Or actually anyone's birthday party.
I think the important bit is that don't dress as Spider-Man. The parties are fun.
And then also Spider-Man, like he wouldn't be doing anything on a hot day.
No, he wouldn't be.
That mask does not breathe.
No.
At all. Anyway, that's one idea.
Dave's in Mandurah. Hi, Dave.
Good morning, how are you?
Hey, good Dave.
Hey, what's a bad idea of a thing to do in the extreme heat, Dave?
I've got a 1971 HQ two-door Monaro, and I was just hired last weekend to do a wedding.
Yeah.
So I had the groom in my front passenger seat.
Yes.
Behind him was his best man.
Yeah.
And behind me in the back was the best man's wife.
Yes.
She just had her hair all done, the makeup. It's about 30-odd degrees, and I've got the windows up. Obviously, she's had her hair done, and I look in the back, and she's starting to melt.
Yes.
And I thought, what are we going to do? And he said, look, wind the windows down. So next minute, her hair's blowing out the window everywhere. And the groom said, mate, just give it shit.
let's just get there. The quicker we get there, she can fix her hair and makeup when we get there.
Dave, no aircon blasting?
No, don't be ridiculous.
That's crazy.
No, and typical old school Monaro, the heat burning your feet, coming through the firewall onto your feet.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Good idea, hire me to do your wedding.
Yeah,
So,
that's
Dave,
right.
why is there no aircon in the Monaro? Is it because it's not true to the original car?
So old, yeah.
My car's not true anyway, but just, I don't know, I just like the look of it. I don't like the look of it in the engine bay, and it probably would be practical, but...
You reckon?
Yeah.
So wait, that you don't like the look of it when you pop your engine up? You don't like the look of the air conditioning in there?
No.
That's hilarious. I can understand it was on the dash, but it's actually covered in the front of your car.
Just a couple
Oh
of little
my God, Dave.
Dave's a purist. What can we say?
Jeez, Dave, no
Dave.
felt that
Probably
bride.
just don't rent it out until, I don't know, late April. That might be the way to go,
Okay, that
Dave.
is so
Oh,
funny.
you're a classic.
Doesn't like
Thank
the way it
you.
looks in the bay.
Andrew, hello.
How you going?
Hey, good Andrew.
Good, buddy. What shouldn't you do in the heat, Andrew?
Oh, years and years ago when I just moved over from New Zealand, so the hottest day I'd ever had was about 28.
Yes.
I got a job as a bricklayer.
Yes.
Oh,
So I went out and did one day,
Yeah.
ended up with blisters the size of dinner plates because I just burnt something wicked.
yeah.
And then spent the next 3 days lying on my stomach, not being able to move.
Andrew.
So the crew didn't take off after that, Andrew, and I'm guessing?
No, I went back to driving trucks.
Yeah, right. Safer
Andrew.
for you, I
But
think.
someone should have warned him. Someone should.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
As soon as you find out someone is new in the country, find out where they're from and give them the appropriate warning.
There absolutely should be some sort of orientation process for
Yeah.
people coming from New Zealand.
Yeah.
'Cause when
in
you-
the heat of summer.
Because when you see New Zealand and they go, heat wave, it's 30
Yeah.
degrees, Australia
Yes.
laughs their heads off
That's
at you.
right. The UK is the same.
Hey, Andrew, are you used to the heat now?
I don't think I'll ever be used to the heat.
Yeah. It's pretty vile.
Okay.
It's an angry heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday was bad.
Yeah, mate.
We're not even there yet. We're only just beginning.
I know.
know.
That was nothing really
Yeah,
in the
no.
scheme of it. Good on you, Andrew. Thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
When was the last time you went to a club?
Oh,
Ripped it
Into
up?
club?
into club. When was I last into club?
When was I last in the club? Oh, the club. Remember when I went out till 4 in the morning or 5 in the
Oh,
morning?
yeah,
After
yeah.
one of our Nova events.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the last time I was in the
You're
club.
at Connections,
Yes,
yeah?
into club. Yeah.
You were into club.
Yeah. Oh, not actually into club. We're on the outside patio area. It's very hot and loud in there.
It's too noisy. You can't speak to anyone.
At the moment, we're talking about things that it's just a really bad idea to do when it's really hot. Luke, hello.
Good morning, guys. How are we?
Hey, wonderful, Luke.
All right, these are great lessons, Luke, because we're getting into the season where everything's going to be boiling hot. What do you got for us?
Oh, I've got a perler for you. So I went up to Broome and I was decided to go to the Broome Cup. So I thought, I'll zhuzh myself up a bit just in case.
Yeah.
And I
Just
put
in
all
case.
the gel and the wax and all that stuff in your hair, and turned out to be a 45-degree day, and it all ended up melting down onto my forehead. It was stuck to my head for like a week later.
So, Luke, were you like a giant human-sized melting candle?
I was a giant walking candle, mate.
It's stuck to your forehead, Luke.
Hot, Luke. Very attractive look.
I have to say, I connect with this, Luke, because when I got out of Big Brother, you know when I was in Big Brother and I had that mohawk?
mohawk, yeah.
Yeah,
So I was sort of like,
Yep.
yeah, it was sort of like like a fin, and then on a hot day, because I used to put wax in that, and on a hot day it would slowly bend over, which is what happens to a whale's fin if they get captured.
Picking the stuff off my head for the next week.
I can
Oh,
imagine.
Luke,
I can imagine.
45 degrees.
That's not because it's in August.
Yeah, I know,
it's
that should be
middle.
32.
Yeah. Very
All right.
unseasonable.
Hair wax,
Thanks,
hilarious.
Luke. Kirstine, hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, Kirstine.
Kirstine, we're learning things not to do in the heat. What have you got for us?
Don't go trekking into the gorges in Kalbarri a few days before Christmas. It's about 44 degrees at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And I was the only Australian person on the tour, and I was taking my husband there thinking that would be a really good idea to go and do the day. All the Swedish and the Germans were very, very happy with the heat. We're trekking in, and I just passed out because I got hot.
Yeah, because it only gets hotter too because you're surrounded by hot rocks. And the sun's
and
reflecting off that too.
Yeah, and I went face first into the dirt, missing a rock by about an inch. And he's ex-forces, so he just picked me up by my backpack. And,
carried
"You're
you?"
okay. And
So
well,
whether
no,
you woke up to being someone carrying you on a trek.
He just picked me up and just sort of waited until it came to. They threw some water on me and
Carry on.
and then we continued in.
Can I just go back to the fact that the Swedes and the Germans really
we're loving
enjoyed the
it.
heat? What is that? What do you mean?
I know. They all looked at me like I was some kind of weirdo, and they were like, "But you're Australian. You should be okay in
Yeah,
this heat."
we
And
sit
I'm like,
inside in aircon. That's what being Australian means.
Kirstine, why did you decide that was the time? Like, you know, you don't really go up north and around that time of the year because it's bloody hot.
He wasn't in Australia long at that time, and we had a couple of days, and we'd already booked to go down south after Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought I'd show him around WA a little bit.
No, you know what
before.
it is. This is what it is, right? So this is at the start of the relationship when you try and act like you're all outdoorsy and you do things like this. And just, you know, and you stuff yourself up. Everyone lies. No, I'll go rock climbing. I really love it. You don't,
and you passed out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kirstine. Brilliant.
Yeah. All right, Sean, we've got some really good examples there. We've had the Monaro wedding.
Yeah, then we had the Bricky. Then we had Luke with his hair wax and Kirstine, of course.
Yep.
We've got $300 to spend at Matilda Bay Restaurant. Matilda Bay Restaurants, Cray on the Bay, fresh local crayfish, just $49 from now until the end of the March. And as Nathan said, we need a refresher on that. Dave, who told us about the Monaro.
My favourite thing is he will not get air conditioning as Monaro because when he pops the hood, he doesn't like the way the air conditioning looks like in the engine bay. That is insane.
I know.
He's getting that just for that.
Yeah.
And, of course, everybody we spoke to is in the running for Nova's Free for 23. Well done.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Listen up, you brats. It's time to get schooled.
These three never study, but you should because it's time to get schooled. For the best back-to-school bargains on big brands, head to Watertown Brand Outlet, Wellington Street, West Perth.
We hope you've been studying up for these rigorous mathematics questions we're testing you on today. This is Get Schooled.
Yep, all you've got to do is answer 3 maths questions correctly. That sounds pretty easy.
Yeah, I know. First up is Cherie. She's coming to the front of the class. Hello, Cherie.
Good morning, Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Hey,
Welcome back.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Cherie, were you good at maths at school?
To be honest, no.
What about, you never got paid $1,000 to be good at maths when you were at school, and that's what's up for grabs now. Is that a little bit more of a,
It's motivating.
Definitely.
It has to be.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully I can remember some of the stuff that I was taught.
Okay.
Hopefully it comes flooding back, Cherie.
Let's hope.
All right, there are 3 questions ahead of you.
Are you ready, Cherie, for question number 1?
Yep, make it easy, please.
If Marlene has 84 pink flowers and Brian has 95 yellow flowers, how many flowers do they have in total?
84 and 95.
Correct.
You've
Time's up.
You've timed
You
out.
don't have all day, Cherie. Sorry, Justine. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Justine.
Same question, Justine.
Yes, if Marlene has 84 pink flowers and Brian has 95 yellow flowers, how many flowers do they have in total?
179.
Is correct.
Stay on. Couple more questions to go, Justine.
2 more questions remain between you and $1,000.
Your next question. Rounded down to 2 decimals, the mathematical constant 3.14 is better known as what?
Pi.
Justine, are you
Kids are
some
loving
sort
it.
of mathematical genius? Okay, Justine, you get question number 3 right. You take the $1,000 from Watertown Brand Outlet, okay?
Yep.
Oh, a bit of pressure. Here we go. What is an angle called if it is greater than 90 degrees?
Obtuse.
Oh, Justine!
Justine, you get a scratch and sniff sticker,
An elephant stamp and $1,000 cash thanks to Watertown Brand Outlet.
Thank you so much.
Justine, were they easy? I mean, the first one's an adding one, so I know you had time to do that.
I went to school a long time ago, but I was ducks for maths, so.
Okay, wait there. I just want to test you on some of these other ones. Let's see. Here we go. What is the only even prime number?
There is none.
No, there's one.
There is one.
Oh. 2.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? What does the Roman numeral X equal?
10.
10, that's an easy one.
What is the square root of 144?
12.
What is 64 divided by 8?
8.
Yeah.
How many sides does a nonagong have?
9.
Oh, my God, you've...
Okay, how about this? What is the only number that has the same number of letters as its meaning?
11.
No. It's 4.
But I think we'll give you a pass grade on that.
Yeah, I think it's...
Unbelievable.
Very, very
Justin.
well.
Nonagon.
A nonagon.
Justine, do you have school-age kids?
No.
Okay,
but,
nice.
University.
Oh,
so-
okay, yeah, right. They're not
Justine,
too much of a bother during the
Justine,
holidays.
good stuff.
You've
Well
dominated.
There you
You've
go.
set the standard, Justine.
All right, everybody.
It'll be a different subject tomorrow, everybody. We
got math out of the way, and we always
Yes.
think that's the hardest. So take that as what it's worth.
That's right.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean, and the podcast.
I had a 21st on Friday night.
Are you a bit old for that?
So young. No, I'm at that age where my son's friends are all 21,
Correct.
and I'm that parent who's getting invited along.
Yeah, they're called tallies.
Yes.
I was called that before. So when I've been out and about all day. So when I got home,
Hang on, let's talk about what out and about means. You were on a boat at Rottnest for the full day after doing our Fringe World OB in the morning. You went straight to Rotto.
I came in hot. I came in
But then
really
again,
hot.
he did have energy up his sleeve because he only worked 3 days last week.
That's true. He was out and about. He wasn't doing errands. He was on a boat at
Anyway,
Rotto.
when I came in, everyone was ready to go other than me, so I needed to get changed because there was a theme. It was Wolf of Wall Street, and
so-
everyone was wearing pants
Yeah,
and
so you
shit.
just went with a pile of cocaine, did you?
Pretty much.
When I got home, my son Lachlan, he had borrowed a pair of my pants, and Megan had bought these pants for me, and she was giving him a hard time because since he's been back from Europe, he hadn't been to the gym for a couple of months, and she reckons he's lost his ass. He's got no
Okay, he
bum
hasn't been
to-
doing his squats.
He's got no bum to fill out the pants.
Ah.
Anyway, we turn up to the 21st and everything's going along pretty good. And then my wife, Megan, she's having a chat to Lachlan's girlfriend saying, oh, look at Lockie over there. Look at his ass. He's lost it. All this kind of stuff. So she goes...
lost it. It's just slid down the back of his leg.
Yeah. So she goes up to him, or what she thought was him at the bar.
girlfriend or Megan?
Megan goes up to this guy wearing the same trousers as what I had, and she's just grabbing the guy's bum. And obviously...
The guy being her son?
Yes. And she's going, oh, no bum, no.
I would think that's an inappropriate thing for a mother to be doing, don't
She
you?
thought she was so funny.
Sorry, Sean sort of told us this story earlier on this morning. I thought you meant the girlfriend.
Me
grabbed
too.
his bum.
100%.
Not
Didn't know it's Megan.
No, that's just... Both of us have looked at each other like, he's telling it wrong. No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
He told it wrong this morning.
That's right. So it wasn't the girlfriend.
You said the girlfriend went
No,
up
I said
and
the
grabbed his
girlfriend.
ass.
Oh, well,
No. His mother.
Megan was like to
Megan.
Lachlan. His
Megan
mother.
is doing it to her son.
So
Anyway.
That's okay.
So
That's okay.
Lachlan, well, what she thought was Lachlan turned around. It was another bloke.
Oh,
it was another
It was
kid.
another young child. So, when's your wife been in prison? Is that what we're doing?
2014. So she thought it was the funniest thing ever. Wrong that she got the wrong identity. I'm
Yeah.
starting to think she might have been doing it on purpose. Do you think?
I mean, yeah.
Feeling up a 21-year-old.
So one, she didn't recognise your pants or her son.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know what? It's very dangerous because some people, like, especially from behind, you
Yes.
know, it's very easy to mistake people from behind. I've talked about it. My dad now has reached the stage where there are Brians everywhere.
That's true. He does have a
seen
very
the Brian.
common face.
Literally, like his hair, the way he walks, he wears a hat, his clothes. There's an army of Brians out there. So I literally
What a
sometimes
disturbing thought,
Yes.
by the way.
So sometimes I have to really check myself because I'll see Dad at my local shops.
Yes,
I'm like,
and you're touching his bum.
and and I can never walk up and say, "Oh, hey, Dad," because I know it's probably not him. There's 1,000 of him issued around.
And so he's really offended that you don't say hello to him in public.
But there are Brians everywhere. You've probably
Beware.
seen one. I remember over the break I drove past 3 of them on the way to Dad's house.
Well, we all know the legend of the drop Brian,
I drove
where they
past
drop from trees.
3 Brians to get to a Brian. It was unbelievable. We want to know when you have gotten given the identity to someone.
Horribly wrong.
Yeah,
Horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes this can really happen from behind. Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, we're going to give somebody, nothing actually. We're going to give somebody a chance to win Living Free for 23.
That's
Yes,
right,
we
everybody
will.
that gets on air with us, but we want to hear good stories, please. 13 24 10. Did you get somebody's identity horribly wrong?
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We are discussing when there's a bit of a mistaken identity.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you've accidentally fondled the wrong person, like Megan, thinking she was fondling her son.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
know.
Which is bad enough, but she was actually fondling a stranger.
Hello, Lisa.
Hi guys, how you going
Good,
today?
Lisa. Is this about the wrong person, or are we getting a fondling story?
Mate, you're getting a fondling
Great.
story, you know.
Love it.
Seems what we're after.
So,
Take it away.
my partner and I, we were at the Leopold Hotel down in Freo there,
Yeah.
listening to Mental as Anything.
Amazing.
You know, singing one of my favourite songs, The Nips Are Getting Bigger. So my partner and I are standing at the bar, and I start rubbing up against him, bopping away, you know, singing my heart out.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I see him walking towards me.
Oh.
So who was the
Gone to the
rando that you were
toilet.
gyrating against?
I have no idea, but he looked at me as if I was this crazy old lady.
Oh, that
Was it Sean McManus, perchance, because he's often at the Leopold?
Yeah, particularly on a Friday.
You know what my favourite thing is? So you are grinding up against a stranger, and that stranger is just letting it happen.
Well, that's right.
No, once they
That's
turn around and
exactly
go,
right.
I think you've got the wrong person.
I did have the wrong person, but the thing was, my partner just saw the funny side of it. He was just laughing at me.
Yeah,
Okay,
And I
well,
was
it is
thinking,
funny.
That's good.
So wrong.
At least he's not the jealous type.
No, he can
Not
see
at
the
all, not
upside.
at all. Good old Loza. He wouldn't be jealous of anyone.
No, that's beautiful.
Lots of-
Thanks, Lise. Bianca, hello.
Hi.
Hi, B.
Bianca, what happened?
So my partner, who I thought was my partner, was in the kitchen, head down on the phone, and I just kind of walked up to him, you know, moved my hand around, and then heard this noise, and it turns out it was not my partner after all. It was his housemate.
Oh, where did your hands move exactly?
Around to the front.
Around the front.
Around the front, yeah.
Just to adjust the package a second.
Are you
Like, hey, I'm here.
There was a bit of action in the front section, Nathan.
My favourite thing is if he also said nothing.
Yeah, well, luckily for me, he was alarmed, so...
Okay, so he was alarmed, and then you realise it's not your partner. What happens
next?
I was also alarmed.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, just same as last caller, just saw the funny side of it as well.
Do you go over? Do you then just walk over to the sink and wash your hands? What happens?
I don't know. I just ran back into the bedroom.
You can't be too careful, everybody. Please,
just be careful.
Thank you.
On the tail so far.
All right, let's finish up with Demi. Hi, Demi.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good,
Right,
Demi.
Sammy, what happened?
Good. So years ago, I don't know if you remember the time that the rugby player, Hopawati,
Yes.
Yep.
sort of got caught doing things on the
Footy
field. With another player that he shouldn't have.
Fingers up bums, yeah?
yes.
Got ya.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
The only sports story I remember. Yeah, keep going.
Well, I was on Cayman Island with my ex and we're at the breakfast buffet. Well, he was. I was already sitting down, but she didn't realise. And he was standing next to another girl, obviously, that looked like me. And he just grabbed her on the backside and just said, Opawate.
To a stranger. To a stranger.
And to a total stranger at the breakfast buffet. She's obviously just turned around and just was absolutely horrified. Apparently, I didn't see it.
So he grabbed her on the butt. I mean, he didn't fully go in, Nathan, but it was more the suggestion that he was going to.
Okay, great. I thought he'd stuck his finger up someone's bum.
It's more threatened to while his hand was on it.
He didn't actually describe exactly what he did, but I hope not.
Presumably she was wearing pants at the time.
How did she go with that? Oh.
And then he came back to the table. I'm happily sitting there eating my breakfast, and he was just white. He just looked at me and was like, oh, the worst thing just happened.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Like, because technically, she could press charges.
Of course
Do you know what I mean?
she could.
Like,
Because people, and when you hear the explanation, it's
Yes.
like, we get it.
yeah,
But we live in the
still,
day and age now
I
where...
know.
Can't go second.
Hopawati.
No,
Fingers up
don't
mums.
Hopawati anybody, just to be safe.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.